Hello, everyone. Welcome back to E20 Zone TV. Hope everyone's all well out there in the world as I sort my mic out on this late night edition video. Oh, mate, I'm fuming. I'm livid, mate. Trust me, from what I see from Sean tonight. Um, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, this is fucking coming big, big time. It's gonna go off big. Um, Now for context, as I've got something to drink. Sad. What a sad man I am. For context, tonight, Sean's put something up on X, basically saying that there's loads of clubs interested, and Graham Potter and Carl McCauley are going to get a large um, amount of the transfer fee. Large amount. Not all of it. And then it tops up that they're only going to get 75% of the sale of Mohammed Kudus. What the fuck is going on, bruv? Simple as that. I'm gonna be straight. Yeah, I need people to talk to me tonight. Tell me what the fuck is going on here, right? And I see people tonight literally going into one on Sean. There's a famous song, right? And it goes like, "There's nowhere to run now, and there's nowhere to hide. There is nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide now." Simple as that. The bubble is well and truly starting to burst with these people, and people are starting to ask questions of why. Why is it going the way it's going? Why is it a why are we in this situation? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, why are we, West Ham United, currently in this fucking situation? I just knew this was fucking coming. It really did. I'll get to your comments shortly. Smash a like on the video, please. Also goes a long way. Um, I'm gonna try and get through this with me whiskey on the rocks. Got to get them out. I keep saying it. Been saying it for a long time. Yeah. Do you know what? There's some wankers on X. Yeah, there is. And there's people on X. And what I love about X now is I can see who's blocked me. And there's so many people that have blocked me I've never even interacted with. Probably Sullivan fucking lovers. But it is what it is. That let's see if I can get this tune for you. All right, I'm gonna get this tune for you. Yeah, not this one, not that one. This is Sullivan's song. Nowhere to run now, baby. Nowhere to hide. There's nowhere to run there, Sullivan son. Nowhere to run now. You are well and truly fucked. I'm telling you that now. Um, Honestly, I give up. I really do. I see someone tonight saying to me tonight, turned around and said to me, "Oh, it doesn't matter. Like if we don't sell him, then we'll keep him. But we've got no money." Do you know what I'm saying? Why have we got no fucking money? That's the real question. Is why of West Ham United? Yeah, and I'm gonna keep banging this, like marching this fucking banging this drum consistently, right, until the day I fucking die, mate. Right? Why is it we've got no money? Like why? What, we that poor, are we? Let's get into a few of the comments, mate. Putting up to this. Shout out, James. Thank you very much, mate. Really do appreciate it. I'm getting tired of it though now. I've had tomorrow off a party to forget the nonsense and yet banter. Someone gives me indigestion. I don't know. We're going down. The thing is, I think it's just gonna go off, mate. If you want me to be truthfully honest, and one thing I've been ever since I've done this game is truthfully honest. Right? I think this is going to build up over the summer. People are going to start getting irate. It's going to come to the start of the season. Yeah, it ain't going to kick into gear as we want it to. And before we know where we are, right, people are going to start really going to town at Chelsea at home, maybe Spurs at home. That's what I think coming. Um, I've given up on football, on the football club. Frankly, in my opinion, we're getting relegated. I didn't see a way out. Yeah, it shouldn't be like this, though, bruv. Really shouldn't. Because I went so hard on Sullivan, I said, what shit act is Mate, nah, 75%. 75% of the transfer fee. Right, we need funds for a rebuild job. And we're only going to get 75% of that. Now, on this, I find this quite interesting, right? Because people are saying, oh, I'll drop him off for 50 million. Right, so I'm going to give you some quick maths because that's one thing I'm good at. I might not be able to read as good, but my maths is shit up. 50 million sale, we get 37.5 million to spend on players from Mo. 60 million is 45 million in sale, like for the sale of him and for the transfer kitty, and it goes up to 52 million every 10 million. Every 10 million it goes up. It's 7.5 mil that we have to pay. So we are that skint currently right now that we can't find 7.5 mil from somewhere. Ridiculous, isn't it? Ridiculous. And I see that tonight from Sean, and I'm like, people just had enough. Like, what it is too many excuses in this fan base, and it just winds me up, mate. Just it really grinds me down. Really, really grinds me down. Big Dave up top. That's why. Yeah. I don't like to say I told you so, man, but I fucking knew it. I knew this was going to happen. I really did. I'm disgusted with him. All these fucking leeches in our fan base that are leeching off the demise of West Ham currently right now. I think they're vermin. If you want me to be truthfully honest, I think they're absolutely fucking vermin. Yeah, honestly. Just shit. Just shite. Let's have a look. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Let's have a look on social media. Look, I'm going to show you it here. This is what it is. That is taking the piss out of every fan up and down the land. 75%. Do you know what I mean? So we got Sully tax. Happens every single time. It really does. Why are these owners not selling up if they can't or won't put any money in? I'll tell you the reason why, Stuart. All right. This is what um I believe the reason why. Because Sullivan wants his hands on that stadium. And without it, the asset is not worth fuck all. That what he wants. That's the reason why he's hanging about. He's got. When you look at West Ham right now, what does Sullivan really own other than the name? I'm saying that he's the owner. He owns fuck all. Training grounds shot to shit. The ground isn't his. He rents it. So what I believe, and I'm surmising, yeah, in what I believe, I believe he is waiting for that LLDC to fall apart so he can buy them out. And that's what makes me sick with this cunt. That's what makes me sick with this cunt. I'm going to say it quite loud and clear, because he will automatically put money into that because he knows he's going to get a hefty return. And that's why he's waiting. He's waiting to purchase that stadium. Now, if they don't go under, or they ain't looking for money, that's it. It's done. It's done. I'm fucking living, mate. Honestly, I see that tonight, and I thought, you know what? I'm tired. I'm tired. But I was like, I was sitting there, I was watching some shit program, and I thought, it's fucking hot over here in the UK. Fuck it, I'm gonna do a video on it. I'm, yeah, I'm just. Am I shocked? No. This was always on the cards. Am I surprised? I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little bit surprised, a little bit, that he's dropped that 75% in there, and you know, fucking hell. I'm not even kidding. I was called. Had my information hacked for saying something on Sullivan as an American on social media. I was told, "What the fuck do you know about Sullivan?" I responded, "Fucking hell." Well, I did say to funny enough, ex West Ham employee. He put something out on the comment. He said, "Anyone wants to come on and say about Sullivan?" I said, "Fucking send him the link. I'll be there. You know, I can speak all night about that man." Honestly, basically, now this is the way you got to look at this, right? It's the way I look at this right now. Is Mo worth selling? Really? Like, and you've got to be realistic in your valuation of him. We ain't getting 85 mil for the geezer. Simple as that. Ain't happening. Right? For how much people say, "Oh, well, we want top notch." No club is going to come in and drop 85 mil, right? For two reasons. First reason is he's not worth 85 million pounds. He's worth 85 million pounds to us, but to someone buying him, he's not worth 85 mil. Second reason is that they know they can get him dirt cheap, absolute dirt cheap, come the back end of the window. Yeah. I don't think Mo gets sold till August, if you want me to be truthfully honest. And I reckon it'd be a week, maybe a few days before the window shuts. Wouldn't surprise me. I'll be stunned, absolutely stunned, if he's sold in July. I just can't see it. I think other clubs are looking at other targets. They know Mo's there, so they're going to go, "Well, we'll wait. We'll wait for him because we know the fee is always going to go down because West Ham are begging." We've got the begging bowl out for some reason. And it all goes back to the individual at hand, and that is Sullivan. I'm so proud of myself, though. I'm going to say this, man. I'm not blowing my own fucking trumpet yet. I'm so proud of myself that I've stood on business ever since I've started this channel. I said, this is what's going to happen. I've been on and on and on. And now so many people are waking up and seeing it for what it is. Yeah. As I've always said, I can only show you the door. Right? You just got to see it for yourself. And I'm so pleased that a lot of people are seeing it. I really am. I really am. We've got a major rebuild. We're up shit's creek. We've got a player that we don't know whether he's going to get banned. We're trying to offer a 35-year-old a new contract. Simple fact, because we've got no money, so we need to keep him for another year. And what we're going to get from Mohammed Kudus? I think we'd be lucky if we get 60 mil for this geezer. I really do. I think we'd be absolutely blessed if we get 60 mil for this geezer. I just can't see it. Just can't see it at all. I think Oh yeah, this is the beginning of the end, mate. Big time. Beginning of the end, and it would have to be a miracle for West Ham to sort of spin this around next season. And I see someone today or the other day saying, "Oh, when we've been like this before, we've ended up finishing sixth." Get in the fucking real world. Get in the real world. You know what I mean? We've got an owner who's not investing no money. We've got a head coach who needs players, his own players. Come on, like you put two and two together with some people, it adds up to five in some people's heads. In my head, it adds up to four. Do you know what I'm saying? People need to stop going to games, stop buying merch, and start protesting. Force him out. I completely agree, Stuart. I completely agree with you. But I think what he's done it very, very well. He's ushered these people out. That's what he's done. He's ushered all the proper West Ham fans out. And I'm not going to say proper West Ham because listen, some bloke who lives in America, like Iron's disciple, for instance, is the same as me. He supports West Ham. Yeah, we all support the same club, and we all want the best for this club. The issue is that anyone who had a serious voice in there, he's made sure he's got them out of the way, and that's what he's done. Because this would never have been happening years ago. Never, not once. If this would have been happening at Upton Park, he'd have been thrown out the fucking door. Sullivan. And people say, "Oh, you got this thing with fucking Sullivan," and I look at these people and I say, "Well, tell me what the future holds." Because I'll tell you what I think the future fucking holds right now. I see a lot of darkness. I see a situation that I've played out in my head for a long time, right? And every bit by bit it's happening. And the final bit of the jigsaw is when he hasn't got a sellable asset to sell and he runs out of money and he ain't going to invest. Jared Bowen will be forced to be sold. And that will be the final nail in the fucking coffin. 100%. Mark my words on it. If a bid comes in for Bowen, he will consider it if he's financially in the shit. Because he'll look at it and go, well, he's an asset. Do you know what I'm saying? And that is what it is. It's asset stripping at its fucking finest. And now Sean's come out with that tonight. Right? If he's trolling us, he's fucking got me tonight. I know that. But if he's not trolling us and he's been genuinely serious here, we're fucked. What can we do if we sell Mohammed Kudus for £50 million? Let's say. What the fuck can we do with 37.5 million? Like, what's going on? Like, it ain't gonna happen. Do you know what I'm saying? We're gonna be in the shit. You know, it's the blind leading the blind. That's what it is. Shout out to Stephen. We're running by Greedy Gnome and a real bitch, Brady and Sullivan out. Listen, I see people saying, "Oh, Brady out, Brady out." I see it tonight on something. All right, and see someone share something from CNH, and the first thing they're saying is Brady out. No, Sullivan out. You've got to get this owner out the door, right? Because they're always puppets. Yeah, you got to take the kingpin out at the top of the tree. Yeah, in any form of life, any mob rule, you got to take out the head boss before you take out any of the little fucking go getters, so to speak. Right? I couldn't give a fuck about Brady. Brady's not the issue here. Sullivan is the issue, all right, because he's the one who runs the show, and he has them working to his beat. It's fucking disgusting, mate. I've never known it in all my life, never. And I'm just one to use, basically. When I speak out like this, I'm just one to use, and I feel that we're being took the piss out of. I think we've become let me get this right. We're becoming accepting. That's what it is. We're just accepting the situation now. And I feel like people are tired of it, because what it is, they've they will go on for a bit and then they'll stop. Then they'll go on again, then they'll stop. The issue is now, um, he will go and sign a few players, and the fan base will look at the players but not look at the future situation. And that's where the problem is. That's where the problem is at the minute. There is no future with Sullivan. If someone can tell me where we're going to be in 5 years, right, and honestly tell me where we're going to be in 5 years, I'd fucking love to hear it. I'd love to hear it. And I'd say, you know what, tell me. But a minute, the thing is with him, before I get to Glenn's comment, yeah, with Moyes, I'm going to mention Moyes only once tonight. With Moyes, he got so lucky with that manager at that time, that manager got them players together, got the best out of them players, etc. Went on the journey, etc. Now it's just dead, isn't it? It's just dead. The free majority shareholders need to be driven out. They do fuck all for this club, but drain the arse out of it. Yeah, but the thing is, Glenn, right? What I'm noticing is people ain't up for the fight, mate. Too many people give it all that, but are not up for it. They're simply not. They will sit back, right? This is what I'm noticing. I don't like to knock other West Ham fans. I don't. But I'm going to say this. Some of them are absolutely wankers. And I wouldn't have a beer with any of these people. I really wouldn't. I'm going to be straight. Where's the heart in it? Like, and the thing is, even people like sort of, some people are scared to say stuff because of their brand. Yeah. I'm not going to go sort of mega into it, but people are shit scared to sort of let loose because they're trying to build a brand. Right. And with me, I've always said that once you get these out the door, it's a different world altogether. The world's your oyster. At the minute, it feels like people just waiting for it to happen. Like there's no fight in the club anymore. Nothing of any note. And I see that comment there from Richard. Yeah, this fan base gets excited about Calvin Lewin. I read James's at. I'm going to be straight, mate. There was people saying it's a good signing. I had genuine people telling me that that's a good signing on a free transfer. And I looked at it and I thought, you've got to be trolling me. Got to be. Must be. And apparently, the gentleman wasn't trolling me. He was genuinely serious. He thought Calvin Lewin would be a good signing. He said he'd be a good free signing. Wouldn't cost that much in wages, but then we're going to offer him 100 grand a week. So yeah, you know, I haven't got. I'm not the one with all the answers. I'm not. But what it is when you've monitored this situation with the owner for a long, long time, the same rules apply every single time. It happened with Maxi Gomez. Who remembers him? Celta Vigo striker. Ended up going to Valencia. Carlos Bacca. William Carvalho. If you was to go back and go through it, every transfer window, and get every headline, you'd see the same rules apply every single time. Same rules apply. And that is what's happening right now. That's exactly what's happening right now. And the thing is, the fan base can't do fuck all about it because we're fucked. That's what it is. Right, we've got no way of spinning this around. I see an article the other day, funny enough, where someone said it felt like he was asking the fans for a fucking help. And that's our owner. Says it all, doesn't it? If you want a brand, go and get an horse. Completely agree, mate. I don't look at this as a brand, right? On here, I use this as an example. I don't look at it as a brand. I look at it as a community that I've built from nothing. I've got good people around me. I try and get the information as accurate as I can. I would like to learn how to fucking speak a bit better, but you can't have everything. But I've always been into maths and numbers and things, so and just be honest. Just be fucking honest. So, and the thing is, this day's been coming, man. Been coming for a long time. Right. And the bubble's going to burst for this fucker eventually. But the issue I've got with it bursting right now is how long does it burst? How long does it take to burst before the damage is done? Shout out to Frankie. Hope you're well, mate. I'm doing good. How long does it take for the bubble to burst? That's the $1 million question here. All right. Does he cut and run next season? Like, I'll be shocked if he's here in 2 years' time. And, yeah. I couldn't believe that tonight, though. That's why in the title of the fucking video, 75% of the sale. It's just shit. James, I check in when James, I check in with when I need to place a bet. There's far guards. Ain't been wrong ever. Yeah. Do you know what, mate? It's not about being right and wrong. And there's many West Ham fans out there who are a lot more right than me. But the problem is that we're all going to suffer because this fucking prick can't handle a situation. That's what it is. I've never known nothing like it. It's all sort of starting to collapse, and I just don't. I'm fucking dreading this season. I really are. The sooner we get to 40 points this season, the better. And I'll be counting them down, like game by game. And Potter, the situation with Potter, is he's been set up to fail. That's basically it. He's been set up to fail the geezer. Right. I don't know who he's going to bring in, and Potter's going to have to be a fucking genius. Literally, he's going to have to be a fucking genius to try and get through all this shit, get through the end of this shit, and actually bring players in. Now, we could be sitting here in 4 months' time. I could have done an afterthought after a win. West Ham might be doing all right. Who knows? But the betting man inside me says to me, this ain't looking good, James. Right? Do I think we're going to go down? I am a bit concerned that if we don't start fast, and obviously the fixtures come out today, and I look at the fixtures and I'm having debates with people on fucking X and saying to me, oh, it ain't that bad, James. And I'm like, right, you've got Sunderland, you've got Chelsea at home, you've got Chelsea, Palace, Spurs. Right, you've got 3 London derbies in there, and we didn't win one of them last year, other than at Palace away. Not for me. Majorly concerned. Been a fan since '64. Moved to the States in '76, and it's hard to keep being a fan. Going to Hammers versus Man United in July. Sorry. Hope we have some good new players in. I might be dreaming. But do you know what though, mate? You get up and you support. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a fair play. You get up, you do your time, like the rest of us. Yes, James, just got back from Ascot, still buzzing. Good to see you on. Well, I was doing an Ascot watch along earlier. It wasn't so good for me, mate. I done me fucking bollocks earlier, mate. 300 notes down the Kermit. So there you go. Sullivan, send me some fucking money, you little dwarf bastard. So yeah, English Yardie, what you saying? James, you're a good dude, bruv. Sullivan's the worst. He's horrible man. I was saying it for a long time, mate. I was saying it for a long time. The thing was with the Moyes thing. Said that again for the second time. But the thing with the Moyes thing, I kept saying to people, you can get rid of Moyes. Great. Just remember who runs this show at this fucking club. And people got a bit blindsided by the light. Like they thought we was going to go on to be this team, and I'm going to be straight. It was never going to fucking happen. It was never going to happen. And there's people talking to me and saying, James, you're right. We know what's coming. I was like, I'm trying to tell these people, and they're not listening to me. And maybe if I was a bit more fucking made up, a bit slimmer, maybe spoke with a bit of a better posh accent or something, people might have took notice. But they're taking notice fucking now because he's just ripping the arsehole out of it, isn't he? Let's be real. So, real talk, do we think Sullivan Jr. will be just as bad as the dwarf right now? The thing is, Frankie, I don't trust none of the fuckers, if I'm honest. Because there's not the old saying is like father, like son, isn't it? I just think they all need to be out the door. Yeah, I think the old man needs to go. Brady needs to go. I don't know about Kadinsky. I really don't, because we really know? Do we really know what is happening behind the scenes with him? Is he saying he wants to invest and Sullivan's saying, no, we ain't investing no money, right? Or is he sitting back and not doing fuck all? Is he in it for a pound note and that's it? Like, you know, I don't know what it is with Gadinsky. That's another thing. Let's get this one. We need Europe again. Can't win a trophy and just sit back for another 47 years. This is supposed to be part of the new era. What we were sold before leaving Upton Park. Fucking hell, yeah. I'm with you on that, mate. Ascot's been a wallop lighter. Yeah, mate, it is. Um, True Love got me 250. Well, chuck me a super chat, you tight bastard. Yeah, you know, don't be shy. Yeah, listen, who knows? Who knows what the future holds? Let's be honest. But yeah, ain't looking good. Yeah, it's frighteningly worrying, mate. It's frighteningly worrying. And you know what? I don't really sort of. I'm usually well, I don't know. Maybe I'm fucking lying on that. I'm usually calm in the summer. But over the last few summers, I've been like, well, last summer, Lopetegui, new signings. I thought, yeah, it looks all right. Um, the summer before that, you had the Declan Rice situation. It seems like every summer there's always fucking something happening in this club. And this is just one thing. This is the thing. This is just one situation currently right now that's happening. Right? You got the money side of things where you need to sell before you can buy. Right? The Nikola Vlasic thing. What ownership in their right fucking mind sets you up in that situation that if you don't pay £8.5 million, you're going to get a transfer back? Fucking hell, you just can't make it up. Right? You got that. You've got the Lucas Paqueta situation currently right now, where we don't know where Lucas is going to be. All right, is he going to be in Nick? Is he going to be fucking banned for life? Is he going to be scot free? And my prediction on the Lucas Paqueta thing is, I think he will get banned. I think they will have something on him, and they will use that something minimal to give him a ban for say 18 months, maybe 2 years. I don't think he's getting a lifetime ban, but I definitely think he'll get a ban or something. I'll be absolutely stunned if he doesn't get banned, because if he doesn't get banned, the West Ham and Lucas Paqueta have every right to sue him for sort of loss of a transfer money, everything. So I do believe they will come after him and they will ban him for something. 100%. I think that's absolutely nailed on. So that's the situation with that. You know, Sullivan must be spitting feathers about the Fassage money. It's hilarious. And that's the owner of the club, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so cowboyish. It's so sort of, it's so sort of like, if you're in business, surely you must have a plan for that. And it's like, you ain't got no fucking plan. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like we should just ship him back to Brazil. We need to get a couple of new midfielders in with engines and energy. I think he's going to get a worldwide ban, mate. Got me to be honest. I think they're going to set him up to get a ban for between 1 and 2 years. So anything in that ballpark. As I say, I'd be stunned if he don't get banned. Can I really see it going on for 18 months? Him trying to get, backwards and forwards with it. It's delayed and delayed for it to be like a no contest in court. I just can't see it, bruv. Simply can't see it at all. So I definitely think they're going to get right. The betting firm will definitely get him on something, and even if it's something so slightly, yeah, because then they can't get sued. Then, because if he gets done for it, he's been convicted of an offence, so he can't get sued for loss of earnings or anything. So yeah, let's get to JT. Kudus is one of my favourite players. We'll be sad to see him go. Shout out to you, JT. Hope you're well, mate. Do you know what? I don't think he's that bad, mate. I just think he's had a shit season. What I don't like is we're trying to fucking flog him to anyone. Like, I see it today about him going to Spurs, mate. Well, if you think it was bad enough with Declan Rice and all that, fuck me, wait till the Spurs fucking start getting in area roles, especially if he kicks into gear for them. Like, if he starts scoring goals for them and starts winning games for them, you know, I have to have a shot. I have to have a shot of whiskey on that one. You know what I mean? Fucking unbelievable, mate. Unbelievable. Let's have a look. See what's going on social media. It's just fucking sad, isn't it? What's going on at the minute? Just so fucking sad. Nowhere to run, no baby. Nowhere to run. I'll be there. No shame, this board, if we sell to Spurs. Completely agree, Frankie. I really do, mate. I really do. It's just, there's no fucking principles no more. There's no morals, no principles. We're just. I've got to ask this. I've got 47 in the chat. Smash a like on the video, goes a long way. Did anyone see this coming? And be honest, right? If you didn't see it coming, fine. Did anyone like see this coming? This situation, like, and when I say situation, I mean the way it's the way it's panning out. Like, we've gone from last year spending 144 mil to this year being in such a shit situation that we've got to sell probably our second best player of asset, and we're only going to get 75% for him. English Yardy says, yeah, you did. Have some respect. Shout out to Brozovic, what a man. James, I reckon Sully don't rate Potter, and that's why he doesn't want to spend a lot of money. Yeah, but then he's wrong there, then, isn't he? Like, in that comment there, let's quickly take that off. In that comment there, if he doesn't trust Potter at all, well, why the fuck did he employ him? But rumour has it, Someone told me this the other day. Now, whether or not it's true or not, yeah. But this is David Sullivan we're talking about here, right? Someone said to me that David Sullivan looked at Steve Cooper. Steve Cooper, he's Steve Cooper, isn't it? Ex Leicester, ex Nottingham Forest. He looked at Steve Cooper, and Brady was the one who turned it over. My days, mate. My days. Yeah, we look, the last winner was shit and bust scenario. If Lopetegui done well, so he would have looked to took the credit because he thought, now we've got claws and control again. Yeah, and that's true, Frankie. That's true. That is, mate. I'm telling you, the geezer told me. He said, Jay, he said, I'm telling you, he was looking at Steve Cooper because he was a free agent at the time, and Brady turned around and said, no, and she sort of swung it around for Potter. I actually feel sorry for Potter, mate. I'm being honest. Yeah, you fucking do. I think he's been massively stitched up. Yeah, he was desperate, probably lack of options. We got here James. Ain't we due? Rice is 35. I think that's 45 mil payment from Arsenal this month. Apparently, they've all gone now. Apparently, I don't know, but apparently it was two payments. They got a hefty one, and the last one was last year. But we never know, will we, Seth? Let's be honest. Steve Cooper sounds like somebody we employ. Honestly, it's just what it is. I'll tell you what it is, right? What I think. David Sullivan still believes that he's running a club from the 1990s. And we're in 2025 and the game has changed now, right? There is a lot more better managers out there. There's a lot more better teams out there. This data analysis situation where you're looking at players on data, everything else. And Sullivan looks at players on face value, right? Now, let's have it right. We could go out and we can find two, let's say two players of quality that none of us have even heard of. But these data geezers might go, you know what, he's good on the ground, good in the air, he's consistent, doesn't get injured, etc. Sullivan looks at player on a face value every single time. That's why 95% of the time he does his work in the championship because he's got his fucking spies out in the championship. You know, it's absolutely using an Apple computer from the 90s. Fucking completely agree, mate. Fucking completely agree. I hate sitting on here and being negative, right? But there's just nothing to be fucking positive about. It really isn't. Shout out to Lawrence. I really believe many players don't sign with us because of the ownership. That is comment of the night. Great comment. I completely agree on that comment. I think people look at Sullivan. I think they look at the way he acts. I think other clubs look at the way he acts. And I wonder how many times he's fucked about with other clubs with transfers, and now it's biting him on the arse. Because now the game has changed. We need to sell a player. And I know what it is, right? And I see something what Sean put earlier on, funny enough, and I'm going to mention this. He tried to do the same thing with Declan Rice, right? But Declan Rice had many things going for him. He was consistently good for West Ham for all the time he was here. He's trying to get a bidding war going for Mo. That's what he's trying to do, right? He thinks he's in fucking Homes Under the fucking Hammer. Must be, right? Or fucking bargain fucking buyers or something, right? He's done the same thing with Deck, but the thing is, the difference with Declan Rice to Mohammed Kudus is Deck was only going up. Like Kudus is at a standstill in a minute. And will clubs be prepared to take that risk? I don't think they would be. There's an article about someone screwing up with other clubs. He's a foul businessman. Well, he's a failure in fucking life, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? I wonder if he ever watches E27 TV and thinks, who's that fucking prick? DM me, Sullivan. I mean, we need to have a chat, son. You know what I mean? Do you know what? The moment he does go, be a fucking great day. And all his fucking minions can go with him. If they just waited for Potter to fail, then hire another idiot most likely. I agree on that comment. I really do. I really do. Tell you what, I'll chuck the link in. Anyone wants to come on, they can come on, have their say. This late night edition of a therapy session. So yeah, links there if anyone wants to come on. I know how we can get money. He tells his girlfriend to do Bonnie Blue. Mate, you seen his bird? Fuck me, mate. I wouldn't even have that, mate, if you paid me. You know what I mean? It's yeah. Just fucking state of it. I mean, and she's with him. I can't imagine him with her. Right, that's one thing, mate. Like, don't even think about it, people. Don't even think about it. If Sully goes, James, will you go to the non-stadium for the first game after? 100%, mate. I said, someone asked me this the other day. I said, I'll go over there and kiss the fucking ground. I know full well, right, that once he goes and we've got a new owner in charge, the new owner in charge, first thing we'll want to do is get the fan base on side. And this is where we will have the power then. We have the power to say, right, what do you want? And I know what a lot of people are going to say. Get that stadium sorted out. Make it feel like a home, and then we'll build from that. That's what it'd be. And, you know, if you asked the vast majority of West Ham fans right now, what's the biggest bollock that they've got? It's the stadium. It's the stadium. The stadium's the problem because no one likes it. No one enjoys it. And I think people would swallow it, right, for a few years, right? If they turn and said, right, within 5 years we're going to rebuild the stadium, and we're gonna like make it feel like how you want it to feel, people will get on board with that. I genuinely believe that. Do you know what I'm saying? One thing with this fan base is we're not deluded in what our expectations are. No one's expecting Premier League. We are expecting to, but for me, I expect West Ham to finish in the top 10, which I don't think is being unrealistic. Now, if West Ham finished 11th and we was, say, 3 points away or 4 points away, I can sort of swallow that because it could be a fucking VAR decision, it could be anything. But when you're finishing 14th, 15th in the league from where we've been, it's not a bit of me, mate. And I'm looking at teams like Bournemouth, you know, they're fucking miles ahead of us. Top 10 in that in next season. Yeah, I know, mate. I know. Yeah, it's completely done on that regard. So be lucky if we finish in the fucking top 15. Top 10. Right, let's have one little gander, see what's going on. Let's get this comment. I don't know what we're going to get in sales to quote the percentage. Tell them to send up a fuck off. So many people are telling Sean to send. So many people are telling Sean to tell Sullivan to fuck off. It's like music to my fucking ears. It really is. Joe, what? I might have to ask Sean if he wants to come on here. I'll tell you straight. I say, Sean, be honest. Do you accept what Sullivan's done's right? Like, because if we can all see it, then is what it is. Brozovic, I'll bring you in one set, mate. Good shout, James. My hopes are top 10 fighting for you. I think top 10's fair, Lawrence, if I'm honest, mate. I'm not a deluded fucker. Like, I can accept a poor season as long as something's happening. What I can't accept is a season like last season It was fucking shit, consistently shit for the majority of the season, going nowhere. James ain't made the West Ham voice video yet. I have got a video lined up where people will laugh, mate. Let's get Brozovic. Bros, what you saying, man?
I'm good. I'm good. Can you hear me properly?
I can hear you loud and clear, mate. Go ahead.
How are you, man?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. I'm tired. I'm gonna be honest. I'm tired as shit. Tired of seeing shit. But you know, we move. What you saying?
I feel like you see Sean and his post about the 75% bollocks.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of feel like he's on a bit of a wind up, to be honest.
If he is, he's a fucking knob, though, isn't he? Let's be real.
Yeah, but he does do this a lot though. Every window, like he'll say some shit and it never happens.
Well, I spoke to a few of the boys in a WhatsApp group that I'm in with them all. Lucas, Mitch, Clive, Jay. We was talking about it, and some people are saying, "Well, he, do we still owe money to Ajax?" That's another thing, right? Are we? Right, have we not paid Ajax off yet? Nevertheless, trying to get rid of one of your best players, because he's one of our best players. Whether you think he's shit or good or whatever, he's one of our better players in the side. And then we're only going to get 75%. And then when you break it down in brackets, it works out like 37.5 mil. Was it 30? No, 37.5 mil, 45 mil, 52 mil, up to 60 million basically. Like, we need a fucking major rebuild. And like, we've got no money, and he's clawing 25% of that. Do you know what I'm saying?
I feel like I do think that Sullivan, like deep down, he doesn't rate Potter. And obviously, last season we spent like what 160 million on Lopetegui's players. So in a way, he's kind of thinking like, if this guy's not in for the long run, why am I gonna sign his players if we're not gonna do anything with those players? Like he's kind of like apprehensive. But the thing that I don't understand here is like, say Chelsea want Kudus, for example.
Mm,
Like Chelsea have good players on their books that we could use, but we're not interested in any like sort of swap deal, especially considering like we're not gonna get the fee we wanted at the start for Kudus. Like we wanted his 85 mil release clause, but he hasn't played up to that, so likely
mm,
he's gonna be around 60 if that.
mm. I don't know. I don't know. Um, it don't feel good though, does it? When you're seeing that shit.
Yeah, but say
Like,
we want Petrovic, yeah.
yeah,
Why don't we just like involve him in the deal so that like I think genuinely I think that because we don't have a lot of money to spend, they're not so keen on like spending a lot of money on a keeper. They're probably looking at getting him on loan, but Chelsea
yeah.
might want to sell. So I don't know. It's just like
What it feels like to me is that they're not going to add people into it because they need the money. It feels like it feels like to me that they need more money than what is anticipated. If you want me to be honest, like, because otherwise you'd go to Chelsea and say, right, Chelsea, you got a load of players there, right, and we'd do like a 3-man swap. Do you know what I mean? Like, they've got defenders there that we could do with. They've got midfielder there, Dewsbury Hall, like people like decent player. The goalkeeper's a decent player. Um, it won't happen because they keep saying they want a cash fee. And I think it all goes back to this fucking Vlasic thing and all. If I'm honest.
thing is, yeah, I'm not really like too locked in on like the books, and if we do have like money we can spend, etc.
Mm,
Maybe it's to do with like you see how the new year starts on July the 1st, and that's why a lot of teams just don't want to spend the money because it will account to like last year's spend as well. That
yeah.
might actually be why we're moving slow with business. I think I saw someone talk about that actually. That probably is to do with like us not being able to put more money on the books for last year, if you know what I mean.
Maybe, but it just still doesn't feel good, mate. I've never known a window like it.
Yeah,
But
but James, you know what it is, yeah? I know like we want to spend money, we have a lot of holes in our squad, yeah. But at the same time, yeah, if we don't believe in Potter deep down, which it doesn't look like we do, yeah,
right,
there's no point us spending money on like his type of players that will fit his system if we're not so keen on that system anyway.
I understand what you're saying on that, but then there's two sides of that coin. On the one side, what you're saying, and you're right. If he don't fancy him, then what we're gonna do? The issue is if you're setting him up to foul, then we will never know how good the geezer is. Like you're gonna have to give him something. Do you know what I mean? You can't not just give him anything and go, you know what, let's leave it. We're gonna have to give him something. Do you know what I mean? Because he's here, and at the minute, I feel for him a little bit because what can he do? Like his hands are fucking tied.
Yeah, I get what you mean, but you know what it is as well. A lot of the players we're trying to move. Me personally, I just don't think like a lot of them are gonna command a decent fee anyway. Like players like say Alvarez for example. Yeah, we signed him for what, like 30 odd mil.
30 million.
Yeah, so I don't even think like there's that much interest in the player. And on top of that, I don't really buy that we're gonna get a decent fee for him anyway, because he's not really that good and he hasn't played that well for us. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I like you're saying. It's just that we need a lot of work doing. We're seeing a lot of work needing doing, and we're not going nowhere. That's the real problem. Is we're not right. This is West Ham's biggest window, and this fucking thing I keep hearing about patience pisses me off. Really does. They say, "Oh, you got to be patient. You got to be patient." Well, hold on a minute. You're telling us we've got to sell to buy, yeah, and then now you're dropping it at it's 75% of sell to buy. We don't know what's going to happen with Paqueta. I think Paqueta gets banned himself. If someone said to me, "Where's your money going?" I'm going on him getting banned. Right?
Do you not think it's just dragged on though, like with the Paqueta stuff? Like maybe they just don't have the evidence.
It has, but I think what it is, they won't let him go scot-free without giving him something, some sort of ban, because Lucas said this to me, funny enough, that West Ham will sue the shit out of the FA and all the people involved because basically we lost out on £80 million.
Yeah.
And I do think, I will get to that in a minute, Lawrence. Thank you very much. I do think last summer, right, with the Lucas Paqueta situation, that is also fucked us some more. I said it at the time. I said, has that transfer fucked us up because we haven't got rid of him? And like now, like what we're going to get for Lucas Paqueta now? Would you say?
Okay, we spent 50 million on him. He had a decent first season, if I remember rightly. Like he was okay.
Yeah.
And then Pep just wanted him, so I think he had a release clause. And what was it, like 80 mil? We're definitely not getting that fee. And you'd think we're gonna get under 50. You know what it is that? Okay, say for example we're gonna get a 50 million fee for Kudus. Yeah, he's a player that's younger, has more potential, and like teams have need for like a player like that can take on players, etc. Like I just, you see with Paqueta, I don't even know what the market's like with the geezer, and he's also like, I think he's gonna be 28 next year as well. So yeah. I don't know. I'm looking at like 30 odd mil if he's not getting banned.
Yeah, that's what it is, really. Let's get to this quickly from Lawrence. Lawrence, thank you very much, mate. $9.99 really goes a long way, mate. Good content. Crazy time, but we must keep going forward. We are all West Ham. I completely agree, mate. I'll always be West Ham like everyone else, mate, but we've just got to get this fucker out this club. Simple as that. And I think Sullivan is a major thorn in everyone's fucking arse at the minute. I will bring Damien in, see what Damien's got to say. Damien, take it away, mate. What you saying? Damien DeMarco, are you there? No, he's not there. Okay, hell. He was there. But Damien, what are you saying?
I'm back. What's going on, lads? Yeah, I kind of agree with Brozovic, man. I feel like the way the squad is, yeah, and the way Potter wants it, you're looking at him, you're thinking, am I trusting you to do all this, bro? Like, I'm not sure I am. Like, it's one of them ones. I think the club have genuinely got to that stage with him, yeah, where they look at him and they think, you want to do this, you got this. Do we really trust you to turn the world up on its head? And it's just he's not the horse you want to back. I'll be honest. I think he was brought in like a pressurized situation where the players didn't like Lopetegui. They've kind of turned to whoever was a decision maker, and there was obviously friction there. The more I look at Lopetegui's era now, yeah, the more I think maybe it was just worth like sticking it out, because you could see he was having clashes with certain players,
but this goes way deeper than that.
Yeah,
it's way deeper than that. Like, I'm gonna say it.
I'm not.
It goes back to last summer when you get rid of Moyes.
I agree. There's always different points you can look at, though, isn't it?
Well, can you really?
I agree with you. Definitely. I said this in another show that I was in. When you got rid, you have to. We're still at that stage. That's where we are left. You still have to evolve from Moyes. That's how I see it. Like, we wasted a year. You have to. We still haven't evolved from Moyes.
The only thing I'm going to say on this, I understand what both of you are saying about, does he really trust him? Right, I get that, because last season was shit. Right, so I get what you're saying. The only thing I'm going to say on this is that if you're not prepared to back him, why is he here? Because
I think can't waste his time. Sorry, James. I genuinely just think it's like a thing where he's waiting. He doesn't want to pay him off straight away. He doesn't want to like pay all that money to just get him off his contract. So he's just going to wait. He's going to prove to the fans this guy's not going to work. And then maybe like, it depends obviously how we start. But like, I'm thinking Christmas time, start of the year, he'll be gone. But I just hope like we have a good plan, and I hope there's like good managers available, because if we have another situation of like a Potter or a Lopetegui, yeah, then like we're really putting ourselves in a hole. Like, me personally, I'm not thinking along the same lines as other fans and saying that we're gonna get relegated, etc. Because I just think like we got players like Bowen in our team. Like, he's gonna make up the points. Like, we won't be that bad. But in eventuality, like if you keep on like hiring shit managers, like the writing's on the wall. Like, eventually it will catch up to you. If the championship teams that are coming up like get a grip eventually, then we'll be one of the teams that might go down, and that's dangerous, obviously.
I think if you invest, honestly, I know this sounds such a, because I'm one of these people, yeah. You know, like every single summer, like especially while Antonio was leading the line, every summer, all I ever heard was, "Oh, why don't we we need to sign a top striker. We need to sign a top striker." And I'm thinking, Antonio's doing his job, bro. Just let Moyes grow some bank, and he'll try and replace him properly, yeah. But I'm not one of these people who every summer is saying, we need a new striker. But I genuinely think if you went out and with whatever money you've got to spend before needing to sell, you go and slap it down on a striker and put him in that team and say he has to play, I think all of a sudden you're improving the side massively, because I think the striker recruitment let even Lopetegui down last year, and he used that in his defense. Yeah, he actually said he felt like the striker recruitment let him down, and I honestly do feel like if you got him Duran instead of Fulkrug, yeah, the team would have looked different. Yeah, but I feel like if you actually put a striker into the mix, all of a sudden they've taken one spot in the 11. Then you've got the likes of Kudus if he stays. If not, you replace him with attacking talent. Bowen, Paqueta, Somerville.
Right. I've got to stop you.
Around them, though. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I've got to stop you right there.
I agree with Brozovic. I do genuinely look at that group, and if me, you, or Brozovic, or Potter, or Lopetegui, or Moyes was to manage them, they'd probably do enough to stay safe, to be honest.
Right, I disagree on that for many reasons. First thing, we can't keep relying on Bowen.
Players than these other teams.
Yeah, but Bowen can't do it for 38 games straight.
It's not just Bowen, bro. This is not Bowen FC. This is where this fan base get gassed up,
Like
bro.
kind of is,
This
bro.
ain't Bowen FC, man.
It is Bowen
No,
FC
it's
because if
not,
Bowen
bro.
and Suchek
Bowen
don't
ain't
score-
even better than Kudus, man.
right.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Hold on a
whoa,
minute,
whoa.
right? Bowen and Suchek are the only ones who
I
scored the
don't
goals for us.
care about play for the badge. I'm talking about pure talent. Kudus is better than Bowen.
Right.
Bro, this
Right.
guy's lost his
Hold on
mind.
a minute, yeah. Right, I'm going to stop you. Right? I'm going to go through it bit by bit. First thing, Lucas Paqueta, he ain't here. He's not here next year, right? He's at the door any way you like. He's either going to be sold or he's going to be banned. Now, whatever one it is, we don't know, right? So that's him at the door. Crescencio Somerville isn't even fit. So,
No, I agree.
Yeah,
They're
but
right.
he ain't
So-
all that, though. I'm not gonna lie to you, James.
right,
No,
me and
trust-
Brozovic disagree on it, but you know, I think Somerville's a good
Somerville's
player.
like, I had concerns about that signing. I'm not gonna lie.
Right, but I think Somerville it will be all right. Jared Bowen is the only one who scores the goals for West Ham. None of our defenders score any goals.
Yeah, but
right?
Jared Bowen never gets shipped over to the left wing. You know, neither of Jared Bowen or Kudus want to play left wing. Saka don't want to play left wing.
Yeah,
Salah
but
don't
Damien,
wanna
man, I
play
can't
left
lie to you. We've watched Bowen for like seasons on seasons. The numbers he's dropping. I'm telling you right now, if this guy was like 3 years younger,
If he
top
gone,
6 sides would be buying him 100 billion
Yeah.
percent.
I love Bowen, bro. I love Bowen. I rate Bowen. I'm so
So he's
happy.
better than Kudus, man. Like, let's not take the piss here.
Not in my opinion, but
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. Dribbles completed doesn't make you a better player than
what
what
I'm
Bowen's
saying
doing.
is Bowen gets to play on the right all the time, bro. And could have, but if you would have swapped their positions, could have would have scored more goals.
I
No,
don't
no.
know. I don't know about that.
No, you know what it is? You know what it is, Damien? You're underrating, yeah. Like how clinical Bowen is.
I rate Bowen, bro.
No,
and
but
to
I'm
be
telling
honest,
you, he's not a joke. Like when it comes to finishing.
Right,
know.
I'll tell you what. I'll ask
rate
Damien
Bowen,
this.
bro. Me
Right, I'll ask.
thinking this is better
Hold
than
on.
Bowen. This is what people don't get with me. I can think one player is better than the other and not think the other player is shit. I think they're
Right,
both
I'm gonna stick it on you now.
Go
Right,
on.
you got to pick a side. You got that right sided position. Who are you picking? Kudus or Bowen?
Me personally, I would still pick Bowen, right wing.
Well, he's better than, isn't he?
No, that's not why. That's not. This is what I was gonna say. I genuinely think that Kudus is the one that gets shipped over to the left in that situation is because he can be more direct, and even if he is taking on his winger, it's not towards goal, but at least he's beating his winger. Bowen, when he gets inside, is clinical, probably more clinical than Kudus, but they're both great players. But me personally, I would be playing Kudus as the 10 and Bowen is the right winger.
Well,
Yeah, but-
Kudus ain't gonna be him, mate.
You know what it is? You know what it is, Damien, yeah? Sorry, James. You know, like the whole plan, we thought as well, like the first season could have like featured a lot on the left, yeah. And he was still performing well under Moyes. Like he had a good season. Sometimes he'd play in the middle, but not as much. And the season after, everybody thought the guy was gonna play in the middle. The problem is when you're watching him, he's a very he's not looking up to pass the ball at all. And in that position, especially when you're like playing for like managers like Lopetegui, Potter, they're more focused on like a team game. Like you need to be able to pass the ball. And I think that's probably why.
What you're saying, he's more individual than he's a team player.
Yeah, I don't think him and Bowen complement each other that well. Like I don't think together in an attack, it's like optimal to me. But
Yeah.
they're obviously in.
You know
like,
what? Though? I get you. I do.
But
get
at the same time, when we signed him, it was the right thing to do because we couldn't have got a player that's like on that level. So I'm not mad at getting players that are just good.
But the thing is, I would look at the way I look at Kudus, if you were to play him as a 10, is more like how Lingard played as a 10. That kind of 9.5 floating around the centre forward kind of thing, like and being and the striker creating space for them, like rather than it being a Paqueta thing where he's getting on the ball and trying to play forward. But That's what I'm saying. If Somerville's not fit, by the time pre-season starts rocking up, and you're not getting any solid offers for Kudus, they need to start thinking about some left wing depth, because we've got more left-footed wingers than any other club in the whole entire world, bro. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, but we're not gonna do that.
Gassed with left-footed wingers.
We're gonna be running a 5-back, so I don't really see this left wing business, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
we're gonna be running a back 5. Did you say
it's gonna be free? It's gonna be 3-4-3.
Yeah, that's what Potter wants to do.
Yeah,
oh, man, Potter's a nerd, bro.
Like, you see, me personally, I don't think like. Look, James knows how I feel about Potter. I'm not a big fan. I think based on the season we've had, and you couldn't really say with a straight face that he done better than Lopetegui did. And to me, that's enough to say, like, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure this is the right man to take us forward.
Yeah, but I'm going to say something right there. Yeah, I understand what you're saying about Potter, because I was the same last year. Yeah, I thought it's fucking awful. But there's an issue here now, that is he being thrown under the bus to cover Sullivan's arse? And that is the $1 million question here. Like, because if that's the case, then we've got to start looking at Sullivan. Like, what you're saying, Brozovic, I get what you're saying about, does he really trust him? I'm sort of with you on that. But you've hired the geezer, like, you've got to back the geezer. And backing him only half-heartedly isn't good enough. Yeah,
no, I agree. I genuinely agree. Look, we all know Sullivan's a bit of a knobhead. Like, 100% agree. He's not a good owner in football, and he really and the reality is, the whole Moyes stint really like made the fans forget about how much of a donkey he is. Like, that's the reality. But
True.
I don't want to be that guy. But at the end of the day, I'm not sure the fans have a say in like if this guy wants to stay or go. I think part of it is him wanting to like sort out the stadium business, get it for free eventually because they have no use for it, and then eventually he's gonna want to sell the club. But right now, I don't really think like people that want to buy it are happy with like his valuation of the club. That's why he's probably just gonna stay.
So true. That's exactly what I said earlier on. Sullivan will only sell this club when he's got that ground. Until he gets that ground, he ain't selling he ain't going nowhere. Would you? I'll ask this to anyone: if you've got a sellable asset, a property or a business, and you know that you need one final bit of that business to make that business be 1,000 times more valuable, you're gonna sit there and you're gonna wait, even if it's years. Do you know what I mean? And Sullivan's the sort of person he can hang about. He don't care what I think or Joe Bloggs thinks down the road. Couldn't give a fuck. The issue is that he's taking the piss out of us all. He really is. And I hear what you're just saying about next season. I'm a bit different to yous. I think if we start slow, we're fighting uphill, then that's where I'm going to be worried. West Ham, in them first 6 games, we're going to have to start some sort of decency. Like, we're going to have to be decent. Like, in the first 6, I'm hoping that if we can get 7 points out the first 6, I'll be happy. Do you know what I'm saying? Where they're going to come from, fuck knows. But
you know what you're saying about Sullivan selling, yeah? You know what you're saying about Sullivan selling, yeah? Honestly, yeah, he don't own the stadium, yeah, but he gets the gimme of not having to pay for a massive stadium every year where other clubs are indebted to it. Really and truly, yeah, what he should be doing is, bar the ownership of the stadium, polishing off the rest of it to just give it to someone who wants to, like, making sure that the owner is taking on a top manager, a top playing squad. This scraping for survival all the time is just stupid, man. You're the biggest prize is staying in the Premier League. For me, if I'm a business owner of West Ham, yeah, I am not trying to fuck with. Sorry, I don't like to swear on your streams, James, but I'm not trying to mess around with. Oh, let's make sure we're safe with 13th, 14th. No, I'm trying to say let's try and look at 9th and 10th just to make sure that if things don't go well, then a bad season is 14th, 15th, you know. But I don't know. It's they need to make sure they don't get too comfortable with the fact that newly promoted teams do struggle so badly, because I know that's crept into their mind before. Because
Agreed.
we were appalling last season. Like, we were genuinely, I don't think anyone got a tune out of us all season, yeah, and we still escaped it by some way. I think it looked better. The two names underneath us between the relegation zones were teams with relatively big names, Man United and Spurs. People start thinking, oh yeah, that's not too bad. But realistically, it was only a few weeks left of the season. I was still looking out for Ipswich's results. So,
but the thing is, I'm
I
going to
never
say
thought
this,
we were relegated, but
I'm going to say this, right? But we shouldn't be like this.
I agree.
Right. This is the situation where I look at it and go, right, we've gone through the shit. We've come through the other side of the shit. We've gone around Europe. We've won a trophy. Now I'm expecting West Ham to be a top 10 side. So lurking around the top 10. So basically anywhere from realistically 6th down to 12th in that ballpark. Yeah. We're nowhere near it. We're nowhere fucking near it. And what's done it for me is the drop. The drop is mad, to say the least. To go from being 9th last year, when people said it was one of the worst seasons they ever see, to now, right, finishing 14th last season, where I'm going to be straight, we was lucky in some games. I remember the Manchester United home game where we could have easily been 5-0 down at half time, and somehow we won the game. We won games and we drew games. I remember, obviously, Fulham away, we drew 1-1 late into the 98th minute, I think it was, or 95th minute. So there's many games that we've sort of picked up points. Listen, Potter's going to be in a situation this current summer where he's going to have to go out and try and find how many players exactly. Like, how many players are we signing, would you say, Brozovic, this summer?
Well, you're going to have to replace the players that have left.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to do that, which is a couple of them at least. Like, I'm talking like 4 or 5 players. And then, fucking hell, man. Like, look, the thing is, yeah, you're looking at least a couple of midfielders. Probably a winger, a striker, a keeper. Maybe 2 centre halves, maybe 1, you can get away with it, and possibly a pair of wing backs if Emerson's leaving too. Because say for example we're running this 5 back, and we got Skulls as like our 3rd choice, for example, and then Potter wants to play Somerville as his wing back.
I think that's such a bad idea, by the way. I said that to you when that happened. Sorry, I'm not trying to interrupt. I did say to you, Somerville's not going to hack wing back. Go on, fam.
Yeah,
I can't have him wing back either.
No, I do agree, but that's just what he does. Like, he's basically just going to use a winger like on the touchline. And I'll be honest, my thing is with wing backs, especially wingers, I feel like a wing back needs to have like good physical qualities over a season to like hack that position, because it's like a very, very, very physical, demanding position. That's why I wasn't really like so keen on the formation change, but I can understand like the value in it to an extent compared to others. But he's probably gonna sign a wing back as well to play on the left, because Somerville's not ready, and we obviously know Skulls isn't ready either. And I do feel sorry for Skulls actually, because I do think he's the type of player, he's like a proper fullback, and he probably needs a winger in front of him to like.
I agree. I agree. It doesn't suit. It doesn't like Skulls. Yeah, Skulls is a homegrown asset that we've managed years and years of development. I'm not saying I've sat there and turned up to every single youth team game, and I'm not trying to go too heavily in on play the youth kind of thing, because I am one of these people who's more than aware of the difference in standard. But you've got a player like Skulls who you've literally nurtured all the way, and then the system change just doesn't suit him. Like, he's not a wing back, he's an orthodox left back. It's like I just do not see the point. He changed us to a back 5. We've got 3 senior centre backs. Literally, how we got away last season with centre back injuries. We went that whole season with 3 senior centre backs playing a back 3.
That's why.
No cover. So
that's why when people say about Kilman, when people say about Kilman last season, that's why I will defend him, because he was fit for the whole season, and Mavropanos was out, Tadibo was out. There was times last season where Kilman had fucking Cresswell and Soufal next to him at centre half.
I know.
I wouldn't be just putting this out there. Like if we were putting Tadibo up for Sol, I actually wouldn't mind it personally. Maybe that's me.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean with Tadibo. I think the fan base got carried away with Tadibo too early. But
I
then
did. Yeah.
I feel like when he arrived, I feel like Mavropanos was kind of fitter than him. So that's why he was getting picked. And then Tadibo looks like the more competent footballer. So he eventually made his way in. Then he got injured. And he seems like one of those players who, a little bit like Alvarez, to be honest, it takes him a while to get up to his optimum fitness. Alvarez is one of them players who needs 3, 4, 5 games to really start seeing his level pick up again. And I feel, which is worrying for a centre-back, but I see that.
Yeah, that's the problem I have. Like, you see Tadibo, okay, cool, he's joining a new league. It's a tough league. Like, we can give him that like credit in the bank. It's fine. Not everyone's gonna come in and kick on straight away, so it's okay. But my problem is we're going through a whole 38 game season, and there hasn't really been a time where you're looking at him and you think like, okay, now he's fully fit, and that kind of just points to unprofessionalism at the end of the day. Like,
I do worry about Tadibo, I'll be honest.
Yeah, like I do think the kid is talented, but if we're struggling for money and the kid is not, he's obviously not, like, he's not been professional. Like, fitness is just a straight professionalism,
especially for the whole season. Like,
yeah,
I'm not being funny. I watched the game against Ipswich, and you got the commentator on there telling us, and he don't look fit, and like it's game 38. Do you know what I'm saying? And
the only thing about Tadibo, I'm going to be totally honest, and this is a bit borderline shameless, yeah. But I would want to leverage off Tadibo to go and recruit some of these French youths, bro. I'm not even going to lie. Like get me Tierno Barry, man. Seriously, put that guy in my team, and all of a sudden we're pressing teams, man. Again,
but Moyes wants Barry, you know. Like,
I know.
I don't want to make this all about Moyes, yeah, but like Moyes, he had a decent eye for talent. I'll give it.
Boy, do you know how many are coming through now? Jonathan David, Ekatike, Onana. How many players? Like, so many. Like, seriously. People don't clock that. Moyes was saying Ekatike's name 2.5, 3 years ago. Like, we were linked to Ekatike 2-3 years ago. Now he's one of.
And you know what happened there, don't you?
People actually would consider as worth taking in the Premier League.
Yeah, but you know what happened there with Hugo Ekatike? Fucking Stuyden was up in fucking Brazil. He was in Brazil, and he's supposed to be looking at a striker in January, and we got mentioned with Hugo Ekatike in January, and the fucker was in Brazil, going after Wesley and fucking, who's the other one? Bruno and every other fucker over there. With like, do you know what I mean?
When Stuyden went to Brazil, Stuyden went to Brazil, bro, that team was screaming out for a right-footed left winger. So he went and looked at the Wesley kid. I'm like, cool, that's what we need. Bring this youth home. Oh, we can't get this youth. Oh, go and look at another centre-back. Like, we need some centre-back cover. Yeah, cool. Oh, no, we didn't get him, the Bruno geezer. Oh, we'll just get another left-footed winger. And I'll come off Twitter, but I keep an eye on West Ham Online's tweets, yeah? And he said it perfectly, yeah? Glamour signing. That was literally to say, look, I come home with a wonder kid. Yeah, but the wonder kid is another left-footed winger. We've got Bowen, we've got Kudus. We just got rid of bloody Maxwell, bloody Cornet. Like, how many bloody left-footed wingers do we need, bruv?
There's a lot, man.
Bad squad.
I'm going to be honest, yeah. All right. When it comes to things like that, I look at the squad as it is right now. I just don't see a positive in it, mate. And with me, I'm a sort of person I will try and look for a positive. There's fucking one, right? But on this, there is none. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we've got players in this squad that are not good enough. Alvarez is not good enough. We've got two defenders.
I don't want to get into all this. Everyone's not good enough, chat, because I believe there are players in the right. I believe there are gaps in this squad, but I feel like if you would have put Alvarez and Souček in front of a back four since him being here, people wouldn't really have that much of a concern.
Nah,
I think it's
too slow for me, mate.
I think it's when you're covering up for the shortcomings of Rodriguez, James Ward-Prowse, who literally. They're slow, but they're small, and like they're just like not doing nothing.
I'm not having that one.
All they want to do is collect 4-yard passes to their feet and pass it another yards, man.
Nah, I'm not having that one. Alvarez is too slow.
And what happened? Where, oh, my brother, remember when I come on stream and I said, James Ward-Prowse come back, yeah? James Ward-Prowse. Don't worry, Damien, he's not going to play that much. Bro, he was nearly captain, bro.
True.
Man. Yeah, but bro, do you realise why we playing, like, Ward-Prowse, though? Like,
I understand the thought behind it, but I don't agree with it.
Yeah. The thing is, look, midfield is clearly a weak point of ours, and that should be our priority to fix in the summer. But as it stands, the midfield was a shit show last year. Alvarez is pretty shit. Like, I mean,
he's too slow, Brozovic.
James Ward-Prowse is a better player than Alvarez.
I'm not saying that, but this is what I'm saying. I'm saying, okay.
But Potter seems to think that.
No. You're looking at like manager like Potter, yeah. He's basically trying to prioritize keeping a hold of the ball. And if you're saying that, then you probably want to start Ward-Prowse ahead of him, because he's more safe with the ball. He's going to retain the ball. Alvarez, like, he's a
fucking liability.
He's just
man. You know, Alvarez can retain the ball, though. But Alvarez, he can, bro. He can. Alvarez is not terrible on the ball.
He's not terrible on the ball, but he's slow.
So is James Ward-Prowse, and he's small as well.
But the thing is, James Ward-Prowse is not a Champions League player. Edson Alvarez, it was like when we signed him.
That's what I'm saying. So get rid of the shit, bro.
It ain't gonna work, bro.
You say you want to sell Ward-Prowse tomorrow. Like, how many people are going to be ringing down your line? Like,
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying
that. How much?
Like, we're not going to make money off these players. That's why, like,
I get it.
Ward-Prowse, you might as well just fucking keep him as like a homegrown player. You just sound.
Ward-Prowse is worth keeping.
Right. Play him all the time.
No, listen, right? If he's playing him next year, then you got a point. Last season, right, when you got fucking Carlos Soler, Guido Rodriguez, Alvarez, like, I'm not being funny, and I think that shit
better than Ward-Prowse.
Right, but I am going to say this, yeah. Alvarez is too slow. When I look at them two centre halves, I know I just praise Kilman, but when I say Kilman and Todibo cost £75 million. That's not a £75 million defence there, mate.
No, I know. But the thing is, yeah, there's always going to be situations where you've overpaid for players and you've underpaid for players, right? So this is how I look at it, right? Someone like Kudus, I would say we probably got a good deal on. Someone like Bowen, we got an amazing deal on. Someone like Souček, we got an amazing deal on. Someone like Todibo, we paid over the odds for. Someone like Kilman, we paid over the odds for. Someone like Aaron Wan-Bissaka, we got a brilliant deal for, yeah? So there's always ups and downs, but I still want to keep the quality of in the team. I don't understand this argument of our midfield is so weak, let's sell some of our better midfielders. No, let's keep our better midfielders, add one or two more, and sell the shit. People moan about that midfield, and then will go and talk to me about they want Irvine to get games. Irvine ain't getting into a terrible midfield.
Apparently, Celtic are looking at him, so whether that is but then it all goes back to the topic of conversation. That is Mohammed Kudus, right? If that's the case, and we're looking to sell all the shit, then why are we selling that? Probably our second best player.
Because he doesn't want to be here, man.
I don't know, though, mate. I don't know on this one.
Doesn't want to. It was clearly a rental to get him somewhere else. That's why we put a release clause in, because we're never going to keep a player like Kudus. This is how you know, like, he's clearly a talented player. He's come off a very shit season, and there's still interest from top clubs. Like that says enough to me. Like people will take a chance on him because he's got like talent you can't teach.
I can sort of understand that, but then where are we going as a club then?
I feel like
the nature of what it is, though, James. Like if we look, at the end of the day, most of the teams in the Premier League are feeder clubs. If like you're not going to be able to keep your best players all the time. Like you have to keep it going. Like you have to make some money on a player, then you have to buy more players. Like that's just the nature of the game. Like we're not like even Villa have to fucking sell their players like every now and then.
I get what you're saying. but the problem is,
we've done a good enough
job. The hand's being forced here. Right, let's be honest here. Right, when you look at our squad right now, do you look at it and think, "Fuck me, we must get rid of Mohammed Kudus"? I don't see it. I simply don't see it, mate. I look at us at the minute, and I see a squad which is full of shit, which we've got no money. And the real question is, and I do think it gets bypassed because of what people keep saying, "Oh, I'll take anything for Mo," but why are we so skint? That's the real question: is why? Where's the money, and why are we so skint?
But they did spend a lot of money.
Let me say something, Brozovic, quickly. Yeah, this is the thing. Yeah, this is the thing. When I'm like saying I'm against selling Kudus, yeah, to a certain degree, I'm definitely not trying to take no 50 mil for Kudus, yeah, but people might see that as you're deluded. You just don't want to let go of like your better players, blah 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 blah. And like Brozovic said, it is a process. Sometimes you have to sell and then buy a couple more, rare, yeah. Right. But I will openly say there have been times where I've been in transfer windows to sell Paqueta, to say give me the money for Paqueta so we can buy this, yeah. So I'm not totally against losing our best players. I just don't think selling Kudus. I don't think we've showcased him well enough this season. I think if he played as a 10 or right wing all season, you'd have teams literally.
But there's a difference here, right? There's a difference here, and on the difference is that I'm all for it. If you want to sell these players and then progress, then so be it. But you have to progress, and we've not progressed. We're going the other way. We're selling these players because we're that far in shit that we don't know where to go now. Do you know what I'm saying? And let's have it right here. We're not going to go and get in a top quality striker. Ain't happening. Why do you think they're trying to give Mikel Antonio a new contract? They are praying. They are praying that he accepts that.
Do you know why? Do you know why they're planning on keeping Antonio? Because the group like him. That's why. They want to keep him. They want to keep him as a part. They want to keep him as part of the group. You can show the group.
Yeah.
Look, like we're not just writing man off. You know what I mean? Like we're not.
Yeah, but you can keep him as part of the group, right? That's all well and good. Right?
Antonio ain't going to be our starting centre forward.
Well, if he fucking is, then like but then if he is, whose fault is that? Like, do I look at Mikel Antonio right now and go, well, I don't want you here, mate, because I want a better striker? Or do I look at it and go, well, actually, yeah, I could have him here, but will the ownership give Potter enough money to go out and get another striker on top of that? Because I think we need 3 strikers at this club. Well, I've said it for a long time. We've got Nicholas Füllkrug, and that's it. Like, do you know what I mean? And then obviously Mikel Antonio. Now, listen, Mickey playing for Jamaica, that's all well and good. This is a different level next year. Right? This is like, and don't forget, we're going to need players, right? Solid players to keep us in this fucking league. Like, people keep thinking to themselves, nah, we ain't going to go down and all this is going to be fine. Trust me, their arseholes will start falling out of the fucking floor. Yeah, it come December if we're in the bottom fucking 6.
No, but a lot of teams are in limbo, though. I will say, like, even like a team like Brentford, I know they had a good season last year. They're losing their best players. They've lost their manager that's done an incredible job. Like,
yeah,
it's the nature of the league. Like, everybody has a turn. Like, do you know what I mean? We had our turn at the top, but like, you fall down a bit, you make a couple of bad decisions, and then you're in mid-table again. Like, and me personally, look, I think Leeds will have a go. They'll spend a decent amount of money, but man,
right, I'll tell you what. I'll ask you a question, Brozovic. Yeah, who's in more trouble, us or Brentford?
You know,
I've got you there, son. Go on.
No. It just, you know, what it is. I think Brentford, they do make good decisions. I'll give it to them. But like me personally, I rate Frank highly, and I'll be very surprised if they can get a manager that good. And I'll also be very surprised if they can replace a player like Mbuemo. It'll be impossible to replace him. So they're due a fall off. But I don't know. You know, it is. I feel like we're in similar situations, and I just don't buy that these championship teams coming up are like better than us. That's
No,
the way.
I agree with that.
Yeah. I don't like Sunderland, for example. They have a good amount of talent in their team, but a lot of their team is very young and they're new and fresh in the league. They don't have experience in the league. I feel like teams like that will struggle. Who else is it that's coming up apart from Leeds and Sunderland? I forgot.
Burnley.
Yeah, Burnley. Yeah, me personally, I just don't buy it. Like, I don't buy it. They'll be
I
better
think-
than what they were last time, but I don't buy it.
Yeah, I think Burnley will go back down. I don't think they've got enough firepower away from home to win games. I think Leeds and Sunderland do worry me a little bit, mate. I'm going to be honest. Right, I think Sunderland, they've got the fan base, right, and they've got 100 million to spend, right. I think Leeds, if they keep the manager that they currently got, then they might go back down. But apparently, they might be looking at a new manager now. If they change managers and they bring a decent manager who knows the league, then that's a huge fan base in Leeds. It's a one club city, and you know they will give it a fucking good go. Like Leeds will be looking at this and saying, right, we're going to do anything we can to finish 17th this year. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. I think Leeds. Sorry, I genuinely think Leeds are the biggest threat to stay up this year. That's what I think.
Yeah, I agree on that. But I do look at this and I think we shouldn't be talking about these teams, and that's where it's gone. Like I understand the crossover. I get what you boys are saying about the crossover of saying, right, we've had our time, now we've got to dust ourselves off. The issue is that every player that West Ham seems to be linked with are either being going somewhere else or a club is putting a bid in for them players. And then as the weeks are going on, we're not getting linked with anyone of any fucking quality, mate. I mean, of any quality. Like Ramsdale, for me, is shit. Calvin-Lewin, for me, on the free, is I think that's an insult more than anything.
Yeah, but those links aren't like concrete. Like even Ramsdale, I swear X said something like, we're not so keen on him. And then he even came up today and said, we're not so keen on Callum Wilson and Calvert-Lewin. It's just agent talk, like, to me. Like, I feel like we've just been very quiet so far, which, to be honest with you, is quite refreshing because, like, every window we're just linked to so many names and, like, it's just fucking bollocks, to be honest with you.
So when do you worry?
Look, I'll get
situation?
worried when I'm looking at other teams and they're making a ton of moves. But at the moment, teams that are around our level, they haven't really signed anyone either. Like, it's been quite slow. Most of the teams that have done business are teams that are in the Club World Cup. I feel like it will heat up towards July, like, for most teams. So I'm not, like, I understand why, like, people are concerned with the reports about money and, like, we don't have money, etc. But
Yeah.
I don't buy it so far. Like, I'm just gonna wait and be patient and see what happens. But I do have a realistic expectation of, like, how good we're gonna be. Like, if you think we're gonna just jump back into top 10, I like, me personally, I just don't see it.
No. Well, I'll be fucking stunned if West Ham finish in the top 10. Like, from the situation, like, it's the 19th of June. Now, if West Ham in a year's time, and I'm sitting there looking forward to the World Cup, West Ham finished 6th or 7th in the league, I'll be fucking stunned. I can't see it. I just can't see it. All I can see at the minute is a situation where the fan base is very much rattled by Sullivan. Yeah. And they are angry and they are toxic to the point to him. And this is when I said it today, and someone come at me today about the fixture list. And I'm going to ask both of you this. How do you feel about the fixture list?
It never bothers me. I'll be honest. The way I look at it is, you play everyone twice. I don't like to sound so blasé about it, but you play everyone twice. I I am more concerned about what players we get in now. When I see certain, I'm not overly bothered about the fixture list, to be honest, because I believe you play everyone twice. And to be honest, yes. So say for example, if we got, say for example, the first three games were Liverpool away, Chelsea away, Man City at home, or something like that, and we've got 0 points and we're bottom of the league, I'm not going to start thinking, oh my God, we're getting relegated, because most teams that play those fixtures are not going to pick up a lot of points in them anyway. So
Yeah, but if your team is looking good, you know that they can get out of it. When your team's not looking good,
that's what I'm saying. I'm more concerned about assessing what we've got the day that window closes. And even if we pick up a couple of early losses, I'll be like, cool, I know what this group has got in them to make happen when they start getting a nice little run together and whatnot. But
well,
I think.
I'll go
Sorry,
for it
Jay.
quick. Right,
Can I just say quickly?
Go on, bro.
Sorry, bro. I'm just look. I do agree in a sense. We play every team twice. Like I understand that. I've had a look at the fixture list, and I think the start isn't too great. And I'm looking at December specifically, and December isn't looking that good for us. And I'm one of these like fans that think, especially when you're looking at Moyes' tenure, whenever we had a good season, we always started off hot. We always started off hot. We were always like up there in the league. We were like once. We were like first at our point. We were like top 4 for a long time. Like if we're gonna have a good season, you can see like you're starting off strong. You're getting momentum. I do think that's important. And if we don't get that momentum, especially with a lot of our fans not so keen on Potter, Sullivan probably not so keen on Potter, I feel like the writing's a bit on the wall. So it's important for him to actually have a good start.
I completely agree with you. Everything we just said there, word for word. Sunderland, Chelsea, Forest, Spurs, Palace, Everton. That's the first 6. Now, people say, "Oh, you got to play everyone twice." Momentum is a key thing here, yeah, and morale in the camp. If we go to Sunderland first game of the season and we get turned over there, then we've got Chelsea and Forest back to back. A Chelsea side that we got fucking hammered last year at home against them under Lopetegui, and then we go to Forest where we haven't scored a fucking goal since they've been in the league at the City Ground.
Also, I just wanted to
It's
say,
not looking good.
you see Sunderland, that fixture, yeah, and a lot of people just think it's going to be an easy fixture. That's a very easy fixture. But I will say, if you're playing a promoted side and it's their first game and their first game is at their home, they're going to be up for it. Like
Yeah.
they're going to come with everything. Like there's going to be no the confidence is going to be high. They haven't got hammered. I feel like the worst time to play a promoted team is at the beginning because, like think of it like this: a squad that's just come into the Premier League at the start is like it's fresh. Like you think you're gonna do something. We're like, well, we're gonna stay in this league, etc., etc. But if you play them a couple games down the road and they've had a couple hammerings, the confidence is low. That's just a better time to play them. So it could be a slippery slope. Like that fixture is important to me, to be honest.
Yeah, I completely agree on that. I look at these first 6, or really first 7, because after the Everton game we got Arsenal at the Emirates. Now, like I asked you both this: in the first 6 games, Sunderland, Chelsea, Forest, Spurs, Palace, Everton. How many points we getting?
Say it again.
Sunderland, Chelsea, Forest, Spurs, Palace, Everton. How many points?
6.
I think we'd be lucky if we get 6. If we get 7, I'll be over the fucking moon. If we get 9, I'll be ecstatic. I think Sunderland's a banker draw for me. Right, I'll quickly go through it quickly. I think Sunderland's a banker draw. I think Chelsea, I think we get done. Forest, we just don't score a goal there, and we just don't win there. Right, so I'm gonna say that's nothing. So that's 1 point. Yeah, I fucking hell. I'm clutching at straws after for 6 and 7. Fuck me. How many do you reckon?
I got 5 personally. I'm not sure about like each result, but I think 5. I feel like Potter, like he can get a couple draws. Maybe we'll nick 1 win. And that's it.
Yeah, let's get to this, man. Exponential anger. Hope you're well, mate. Evening, gents. Hope everyone is enjoying life for now because it's gonna get rocky. Yeah, I completely agree, mate. If we can't turn over Sunderland, I'm gonna vomit. Fair enough. Right. Before I make a move, Damien, any final words from you want to say before I let you go?
Give me a striker, please, West Ham, man. I beg you, just please get me a striker. That's all I need right now in my life. Just go and pay Thierry Barry's release clause for me, man. Get Tadibo on the phone to him. Tell him, comme c'est, comme ça, très bien, come and play in London. And then I can relax, man. Seriously. I need some. I genuinely think the striker signing last season did let us down. I think it would have been the difference in us not really fretting about relegation last season, in a season where some players were still finding their feet and a lot of questionable managerial decisions were being made. Just get me a striker for God's sake, man, and then get them in pre-season, and then start having a little look at who's saying what, and which youth team players are pushing certain players, and I'm like Brozovic. I'm calm at the moment. I need to, if I see a decent player or two come in the door, I'll relax a little bit. But yeah, and don't be bumped by no dumb offers from Chelsea and Arsenal for Kudus, man. Eight reserve players for Kudus and them things there, man. I can't be reading them things, man. Seriously.
No worries at all. Right, I let Damien go. That's been Damien. Brozovic, any final words from you, mate?
Look, I'll just say, I think a lot of our fans are, and I understand why, they're just overreacting a little bit. I think like people on Twitter, like journalists, etc., they know they're gonna get interactions with West Ham fans, and a lot of what comes out is bullshit, to be honest. And I know it sounds a bit like a broken record, but I do believe like just gotta be patient, just wait who comes on the door, and we'll see how it goes. But just don't have your expectations too high, because I don't think we're gonna be like that team that we were personally. But have a good night, James.
No worries, mate. That's been Brozovic. Let's make him go there. Understand what the boys are saying. My final thought on this video, and I really do appreciate everyone who's been in the chat tonight. It's been a late one. It's 5 to 2 in the morning. Is this? I think at the minute people's blood's boiling a little bit because of certain situations with the ownership of this club. That's the first thing. I think we have to see some sort of activity in regards of bringing a player in. Now, Raphael Onyedika was basically looking like it was going to happen, and that sort of stalled at the minute. I don't know why that's stalled. Whether that's because of money, whether that's because AC Milan. And there is rumours that West Ham have been linked with Musa from AC Milan, Yusuf Musa. So for me, I understand what the boys are saying. I do, yeah, but I am a little bit nervous about this. And as the weeks go on and days go on, we're not really seeing nothing happening. Do you know what I'm saying? In a few weeks' time, I think it's like 3 weeks on a Monday, pre-season starts. And once that pre-season starts, then that's when the season starts kicking into gear for me. But we'll have to see how it goes. But yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. Anyway, much love to you all. Smash a like on the video. Thank you very much to Lawrence for the super chat. Really do appreciate it. Goes a long way. And smash a like on the video. I will catch up again with you in the near future. From me to you, it's time for bed. And I'll see you again in the next one. Peace.